I just wanted to give a really quick insight into 3 things that you can do to study more if you don't have time. Okay, get whatever revision resource you have, whether that be a textbook or a worksheet, a knowledge organizer, and what you're going to do. Most phones, they will have a voice recorder or a voice notes app built in as default into the phone. If not, you can easily download one from the App Store. Whip out the voice recorder and basically just record yourself reading the textbook and the notes. And now this is going to sound really weird, but what you need to do is when you're reading it, read it in a funny voice, or read it in the tune to a nursery rhyme. Read it in some kind of unusual way, because the thing is, once you've made the voice recording, you're going to plug in the headphones and you're going to listen to it while you're doing your chores, while you're on the way to work, or whatever it is, while you're going about your day-to-day activities. And if the voice recording is in this unusual sense that you read it in a funny voice or in the tune to a nursery rhyme, it's going to stick in your head more. You're going to be able to remember it much better, because like you're probably not going to remember what you had for breakfast last Monday, but you are, if you saw like a person riding a bike and they crashed their bike into a lamppost last Monday, you're going to remember that, because it's unusual. It's not something that happens every day. It's an unusual event that occurs. So our brains are hardwired to remember unusual information a lot better than events that happen on a regular basis, events that are not unusual. Like I would record myself reading out my flashcards, and then I would plug in my headphones and I'd listen to it on the bus on the way to college, and also when I'm on the way to work, when I'm walking to work. So then, like, this actually worked for me. When it came to my final A-level exams, while I was, doing my exams, I was just thinking, and in my head, my voice recording was playing in my head. I was, like, playing the voice recording in my head because I listened to it so much, and I could remember all the information that I was reading out, and that helped me so much because then I was able to write it down in my exam paper, obviously, so it does work. Second tip would be, this is quite a well-known one as well, is to get a pack of post-it notes, sticky notes, and then basically just write down any piece of information, fact, key facts from your textbook or your worksheet, or like a physics or maths equation on the post-it notes, and then just stick each one around the house in different places. Like you can stick one next to a light switch, you can stick one next to your bed, you can stick one on your bookshelf, you can stick one inside the fridge or in the food cupboard. Anyway, you get what I mean. Just stick it around the house in places that you'd constantly be looking. An additional thing that you can do to snazz it up, along with the idea of making things unusual, is you can maybe make a little doodle on each of the post-it notes, like an unusual doodle. Like maybe you can draw I don't know, like a big tree or something, I don't know, some unusual kind of doodle on each of the post-it notes. What's going to happen is when you're in the exam and you're sitting down, then what you can do is, it's something called a mind palace. The concept is a mind palace, where you're placing bits of information inside a kind of a geographical location, where you can in your mind just walk around the geographical location and you can see where all the information is. So when you're sitting down in the exam, you can just visualize yourself walking around the house, walking towards the fridge, and then when you open the fridge, you'll remember the post-it note. And then what's going to help you remember even more is if you visualize the doodle that was on that post-it note, because you've seen that so much, you'll associate the doodle with the information that was on the post-it note. Third and final thing to do would be basically to download a widgets app. So you can get like a widgets app for free from Play Store or the Apple Store or anywhere, and then you can get them for free, and then basically what you're going to be doing is on each widget, just write down, again like you would in a post-it note, write down a piece of information like a fact or an equation, and then you just save the widget and you put it on your home screen or your lock screen, and then you make a bunch, and then you just put them throughout your phone, like next to apps. So like every time you go into your messaging app, for example, you'll see a little widget next to the message app that says a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So then that's another way you're going to be able to associate like your messaging app with the information on the widget. So that can add to like a mind palace kind of concept, where when you're in the exam, you'll think about opening your phone and you'll imagine yourself going towards like the messaging app, and you'll see that widget that says a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You can fit in information into like your daily life, where you can fit revision into your daily life without having to like take aside time to actually sit down and physically study. You're going to be able to fit in that studying in the gaps of your daily routine. And then if you're worried about not being able to fit enough information into the widgets, you can download apps that actually have widgets that change photos every time you open the phone. So you can have different facts within one widget, because every time you unlock the phone, the widget will change to a different slide, a different picture, so a different fact. So that's going to be able to help you fit even more information into that. And yeah, I hope you found this helpful. I hope you've been able to take something away from it, and you found something useful in which you can implement if you are a really busy person that is struggling to find time to study. And yeah, I don't think I have anything left to say, so bye guys.